Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about the Senzo Meyiwa trial, the party that never happened, okay? Because wow, Sanalam, wow. Still, state witness, okay, let me say the witness that was supposed to be the state witness, talked about how the so-called 2014 party never happened. Gwabini, destroyed Zungu's evidence in that courtroom. All the testimony of Zungu, Foslorad's party was a lie. Kwabini just collapsed the state case. Zungu's story falls apart. Key witness denies everything. That's what we are going to talk about on this video because, wow. The state's own narrative is cracking, and this time it's not the defense exposing contradictions. It is the very man the state key witness placed at the center of the story. Sifiso Zungu, known as Gwabini, has just noted the prosecution's version of events, and what he's saying rewrites the entire Fosloras chapter of the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial. Constable Sizwe Zungu told the court that on the day Senzo Meyiwa was killed, he was at a so-called gathering in Fosloras, a gathering where all the accused were supposedly present, eating, drinking, socializing, and according to the state, revealing the truth about the killing. But there is a problem, a fatal one. Gwabini, the man who allegedly hosted this party, says it never happened. Not partially, it never happened, not partially, not differently, not with missing details. He says it never happened at all. In fact, he says Sizwe Zungu's entire version is lies, full stop. And here is where the state's case buckles. Gwabini says Zungu did not visit him in 2014 at all. The first time he unexpectedly saw his uncle was 2017. So this story of 2014 does not exist. It's a manufactured version, okay? Now, listen carefully. Gwabini admits knowing accused 1, 2, 4, and 5. That part is fine, but he denies knowing accused number 3. The very man the state claims pulled the trigger. You cannot identify a trigger man you've never met. The logic collapses, the narrative collapses, the credibility collapses. This isn't a contradiction. This is a structural failure because if the Fosloras party never existed, then the state's entire identification chain is fiction. And that means the state's star witness didn't just lie. He echoed the case on a story that now appears completely manufactured. So one thing is now clear. We've moved past cracks. We are watching the collapse in real time of the Senzo Meyiwa case. What we are seeing now is Gwabini destroying the state's Fosloras narrative, the man who the state's key witness claimed hosted the party, where all accused allegedly gathered on the day Senzo Meyiwa was killed, has denied the event ever happened. That man is Sifiso Gwabini. So the alleged gathering never took place. Constable Zungu's story is all lies. Zungu only visited in 2017, not 2014. Accused knows 1, 2, 4, and 5, but does not know accused 3, the alleged triggerman. This single denial collapses the state identification chain and raises serious doubts about the credibility of the defense star witness. So that's what we spoke about on this video. And sadly for the state, sadly, there is no coming back from this, guys. Absolutely no coming back. There is nothing that they can do now. And I will do another video or videos when it comes to what Zungu, Gwabini, Sifiso, Gwabini Zungu, because there was a time Sizwe Skhumbuzo Zungu spoke about accused number 5 as if his name is Sizwe. Is Sifiso Zungu Ntuli. There was a time that came out somehow today. So we are going to need to also look into that and find out what was that about. There was a lot of things that came out today. We will look into that also and see because wow, guys, what a wow today in courtroom of Judge Ratha. The other thing that I think we should do a video about is the behavior of Judge Ratha. I'm liking it. but at the same time, I'm not liking it. If he's gonna stay like this, sharp, I am okay with that. But if he's gonna change his tune, then I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have, if he already smells the coffee, fine. But if he's gonna change his tune, then wow. Today he was not standing with Baloyi at all. He was like each to its own person. It's a do you guy, I'm doing me. Now I'm saving myself. I don't want to be involved in situations. His actions were saying that. He did not actually said it. His actions were saying that. So we are yet to see more exclusive content comes out of that courtroom of Judge Ratamo Fatleng. And I like how Gwabini is a good storyteller. He's telling his story. He is making sure that you listen to him, you hear him, you understand where he is coming from, the torture that he suffered, the things that the police did to him. Imagine, we don't even know what was written in the statement. We don't even know, but all we know is that at some point he got triggered by Ubaloyi trying to say, I'm putting something on the record. I'm gonna do a video on that too. But what I wanna say is that things are not looking good for the. In fact, things are looking like everything is a nuclear bomb in that courtroom. Where we are standing right now, we are standing at a point where Ubaloyi is between Ukraine and Russia. The situation is like that. Ukraine and Russia, it's scary, guys. Everything is just scary. It's a Ukraine and Russia kind of vibes. I don't know how he is going to get out of this. And I remember yesterday when he forced a section 203 for a section 204 witness. Yeah, there was a lot of things that he was saying, all to find out he was protecting himself. All to find out he was protecting himself. And wow, what a wow, Sanalam. What a wow, what a wow, what a wow. Because tell me why is Baloyi going to pretend as if certain things did not happen? Why is he going to pretend as if ezinye izinto azenzekanga? I was so shocked, guys. I was so shocked with his behavior. But today, Ugwabini, the story that he relates to the courtroom, told us why Baloyi was behaving the way he was behaving. We got to understand now. We really do. Anyway, we will do videos when it comes to that too, and then we will take it from there. What are your thoughts about what happened today? I am still shocked with Ugwabini and the things that he said, and I am shocked at Usizwe Zungu at the things and the pain that he caused his family. Is he not shameless? I mean, shameful wherever he is. Does he? What is he feeling? What's going on with him wherever he is? Because what is this, Nasan? His father, his you. But the bottom line is that he really messed up an entire family. How is everyone going to look at him now? No, man. Anyway, I'll see you on our next video, guys. Please make sure you don't forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end, and you are watching the ads that are coming through. Thank you so much. I will see you. Bye-bye.